Good morning, YouTube. Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Stacy, if you haven't been here before. I recently went through and beat stage 4 ovarian cancer with a carnivore diet combined with chemotherapy, unfortunately. Today I'm sitting at the river again. This is where I usually sit. But today I cannot sit by my tree, which is right over there. Is where I usually sit. But as you can see, the Chattahoochee River is a bit flooded. It's not as flooded as it's been before. It's been way more flooded than this. As you can see across the river, you can still see a lot, however, I cannot walk on the river walk on the other side as it's underwater. It's been to where only the top of those lights are poking out of the water before, so it's really not even that flooded. But as you can see, the top of the railing is showing, so it's underwater. You can't really run on that side. But I can run on the Phoenix City side, which I'm going to be doing here in just a little bit. Anyway, I just wanted to check in with you. I haven't done a video in a couple of months. I saw some comments asking how I was doing, so I just wanted to check in with you guys. You can tell the difference today. The water is not all the way up here. It's not flooded today. So this is the second part and second time of me trying to do this video. Second or third. I keep telling people I'm going to do an update video, so I really am trying my best. The last video I did, I got too long-winded about my side of the story of why I'm no longer at the old gym, CSG. Trying to tell my side of the story, and it just afterwards it's just like, really, who cares? Like, it just seems, I feel like I'm in high school. The long story short, I got screwed over. I got pushed out of my job. All the things that were said were gonna happen didn't happen. I didn't mention it at first because I was thankful for the help that I got, and so I let it go. Anyway, long story short, I got pushed out of my job. Everything that said was going to happen, or most of the things that said that was going to happen, didn't happen. So I quit. 2 other people also left that gym because of the same reasons, because of one particular individual. I'm not even going to say any names. She ain't even worth it. Like, I'm in a very much better place now. It hit me hard for a little while because, well, I was totally in love with my gym in the beginning for a long time, and still love a lot of the people that are there. It turns out those people weren't the kind of people that I thought they were. Not only did the boss turn her back on me and 2 other people that worked for her, 2 other gym members, not only did they try to set me up in some like high school messaging, like trying to get me to talk bad about another coach, they deleted and blocked me with no explanation at all. And one of those people was one of the people that helped me the whole time I was sick. You know, she did t-shirts for me. She was the one that like did the printing on the t-shirt. The open t-shirts with the blue ovarian cancer ribbon on it, that were proceeds for that in the open, were supposed to go to me, and was briefed to the whole gym, but none of that ever happened. And again, like I said, I didn't bring it up until I got screwed over with my job. And still, I don't think a lot of people know that that's what happened, but there was a couple of members that said the only reason they signed up for the gym, signed up for the open through the gym, was because all the proceeds were supposed to go to me during the time I had cancer to help me and my family, but that never happened. And a whole bunch of crap, but I don't think people care to know. And I get it, like, you know, you go to the gym, you don't want to get into all that drama and why this coach is here, why that coach is not here, whatever. So, I understand. But either way, I got screwed over real bad. So did my friend and her husband. But I think it was meant to be anyways. Like I said, a lot of those people weren't the kind of people that I thought they were. I'm at a new gym now, and it's fantastic. People there are really, really down to earth. I'm doing like fantastic, rebuilding my strength. I'm still carnivore, like a mofo. I did have a slip up here and there. for my mom's birthday. I ate crap that I wasn't supposed to. I don't even want to say it like that. I decided to have a big old brownie and ice cream, but I think, I made the conscious decision to do that and to eat for entertainment purposes, and it is what it is. Should I have done that, especially with cancer looming over me? Probably not, but at the same time, I'm not going to. Well, I know how bad it is to use food for entertainment, so I don't want to go down that slippery slope either again. But also, I work out so much and I am so conscious of what I'm doing that, listen, that's just a choice I made. If you don't, you don't have to choose to do that. You can be 100% carnivore, and that's great. I'm not perfect, and I'm not perfect in any aspect of my life. So, and I don't want to ever pretend that I am perfect here or anywhere. So we get up on our high horses and start looking down and judging other people because of their food choices or whatever. And I know how hard it is to stay away from the SAD diet, the standard American diet. As an addict all my life of not just food, but alcohol, and I was a weekend warrior. I wasn't an everyday drinker, but but anyway, so here I go rambling again. Anyway, hi guys. A couple of people have inspired me to do this. One is he called me his battle buddy one time, so we're kind of battle buddies. Anthony, thank you. Some things you said to me once was like, even if this helps just 1 or 2 people, just to see my progress and see the fact that I did beat stage 4 ovarian cancer. Yes, I did have chemo, 6 rounds. They tried to get me to do 7. I only did 6, and surgery, but the effects from that chemo was nothing like most people have. Not to say that it didn't affect me, but I never threw up once. I know I've said this in other videos, but in case you're new to the channel, this is the first video that you've found of mine. The side effects were minimal compared to most people. I kicked cancer, stage 4 ovarian cancer's ass in 6 months, and I know for a fact that has to do with eating strict carnivore during that time. I did go completely strict carnivore for that time. There was a couple months within those 6 months where I fell way off the wagon because I was getting steroids with the chemo, and that just made everything out of whack. Obviously that spikes your blood sugar like crazy, which causes you to have more cravings for the junk food, which I did, and it was hard, and I cried about it, but I still got through it, and I still beat cancer's ass in 6 months. Now some people will say, well, that's because you had chemo. Okay, yeah, sure, I did have chemo, but again, the chemo side effects were minimal, and I think what the carnivore does is help your body fight off. So like what Anthony said is like, the chemo, what it does, it attacks all of the cells in your body, not just the cancer cells, right? I think with reducing the sugar and carbs and going all carnivore, it helps the chemo to pinpoint and attack just the cancer cells and not your entire body. Now there's more research and you could probably research Dr. Thomas Seyfried, Seyfried, and he has all the science behind that and how that, how carnivore or ketogenic even diet will, helps to fight cancer and many other diseases. He can tell you the more scientific, reasons behind that. I can just give you my experience of eating carnivore while I had cancer, but I still eat carnivore. See, I gotta stay on track. But anyway, my update is I'm still cancer free as far as I know. I will have blood work done again in November, probably, I think it's November the 13th, I'm not sure. And I'll have blood work done every 3 months, obviously, to keep, check on the ovarian cancer and all the cancer that was throughout my body. I'm still waiting on referrals for the pancreatic doctor and the breast cancer doctor, or surgeons. I think they're surgeons. But I'm still waiting on the VA for those referrals. It's been, I don't know, a couple of months, 2 or 3 months now. And I just had to call them again. And every time I call, it's a new person, and they always act like that's the first that they're hearing of it. So still waiting to get those referrals so I can get to those other doctors and at least keep tabs on, you know, blood work or whatever to make sure I don't have any pancreatic cancer coming up or breast cancer or any of that stuff. I mean, I'm gonna say I don't. I know I don't, but because I have the BRCA1 gene, then of course my risk for those other two cancers are much higher than normal people. So we got to keep tabs on it. So there's that. I'm cancer free. I'm back into my new gym, which I love it. I'm loving it so much. I will post my video here, but I finally got I got a deadlift PR yesterday, and this was an all-time PR too, and I was blown away that I was even able to do it. I hadn't been able to do really heavy stuff even before the cancer. So like in May of 2023, I had surgery on my right knee, and then when I was recovering from that, so a whole year later actually is when I got diagnosed with the cancer. And so now that I'm back in the gym like full force, got a deadlift PR, and I'm super excited and happy about that. I'm still doing really good. I'm feeling really great. I have jobs lined up. I have 2 jobs. I just haven't actually started them yet, but so I'll be working 2 jobs and going to the gym and still fighting. I mean, just, you know, kicking life's ass. Raising my kids to the best of my ability. What else? I don't know what else. Just I'm doing good. Maybe I did a video before this last video a couple months ago about you know, I was feeling the chemo and stuff had affected me mentally, or so I thought, which it did, but I thought that I was getting paranoid about my job and was gonna get fired, and come to find out that was just my gut feeling telling me that something wasn't going right with my job, and so that all happened. But so what else is new? So this is for you guys that have asked about me and how I'm doing, since I haven't updated in 2 or 3 months. But that was my point, is the reason I haven't is because I did get pushed out of my job and my gym, and it hurt my feelings for a minute, but it just helped wake me up to even more of really myself, you know, of how I get so, it's almost like, you know, it's like that what's the word? How would you explain it? Almost like when you first get into a relationship with somebody and everything, and it's all like, you know, what do they call it? Oh, the honeymoon phase and all that. Even though I was at that gym for what, a year and a half, 2 years maybe. Then something happens and it really kind of opens your eyes to the reality of how people really are deep in, you know, within themselves. And so it all happened for a reason. It was because God and universe knew that that was not my home. I have my family, I have my kids, my mom, my sister, my niece, my nephews. Like, I don't need, you know, never have really needed a whole lot of people. It'd be nice to have a big family or something, but oh, good God, it's seeing bugs at me. I don't know what else to say. I don't want to make this a long, drawn out video of me rambling and stuff like I always do. I've committed to 30 days of like literally strict, just because I'm having a lot of pain in my joints and tendons and stuff like that, just because I've had that since forever. One of the reasons I'm a disabled veteran is of all that stuff, from my body being wrecked from, I mean, from everything really, from working the job that I did, which was driving fuel trucks and pulling those big fuel hoses. Then they put me in a desk job where I sat, which wrecks your hips. It just all messed me all up and made everything worse. But mentally, emotionally, physically, I'm doing really good. A lot better emotionally, and I mean a lot better in every aspect. So I decided, and plus people were asking, so I decided to go ahead and update you guys. And I'm happy, and my kids are happy, and life is great. So there you go. I may do, I think I started to say this a few minutes ago, and here I go again. I see some of my people that I follow on YouTube you know, do a whole, like my whole life story, you know, from start to end, of how I ended up an addict, how I ended up PTSD, my body wrecked, all of the shit that I've been through. Just to kind of, I don't know why. One day I feel like I need to get all of it out of me, and maybe it could help someone else, and then the next day I'm like, no one cares. Like, who wants to know all of this stuff about me? First of all, it's too personal. I don't want anyone to know all this stuff about me, because it's still embarrassing for me in some ways. But then again, I've worked through all of it so much, and and not to like say I'm so smart and wise, but I have a lot of wisdom within me because of all the shit that I've had to work through and figure out about myself, of, you know, all of the shit that I've had to survive my whole life. So I don't know, guys. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. I did once, and then I deleted it because nobody watched the video, because this of course is about carnivore, CrossFit, and cancer, and not my whole life story. But then I just feel like that's how I got here, was my whole, you know, I mean, my childhood and all that. So it is kind of, I mean, it is relevant. Does that make sense? And again, I'm rambling. Just got through with my workout for the day. My WOD, it was good. I'm getting better and better and stronger every day, so that feels super, super good, and is helping me mentally and emotionally. So I'm doing good, people. It is possible to treat and thrive with cancer and beat cancer with the carnivore diet. And you don't have to be perfect. You just gotta never give up, for one. And if I can help anybody just by sharing my story and whatnot, then that's why I'm doing this video and these videos. Yeah, and I'm gonna try to keep going with this, with my YouTube channel, because I really wanted to delete everything for a while, but just because it makes me feel so vulnerable, I guess, and I don't have, you know, I'm not used to people knowing my business. So if anyone has any questions about carnivore, about cancer and carnivore, CrossFit, cancer, carnivore, 1, 3, or the other, one or the other, or all three, just put them in the comments. I'm trying to also stay on top of the comments as far as checking them, and if anyone has any questions or you know, at all, if I can help in any way, any advice, really about anything, really, I'll do my best. I've always been real good at like mediating and giving advice, not following my own advice, but I can see things from all perspectives. Like I can see everybody's point of view and perspectives, so I can get along with so many people. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but just, yeah, hit me up in the comments. I'm gonna try to hang in there with these videos. Yeah, doing great, guys. Talk to y'all later. Bye. Also, I'm not sure if I updated the last video of what my last cancer numbers and everything, the status on that either. So my last blood work that I got done was whenever it was, like a month or two ago, and my CA125 numbers are 11 point something. And also I got that port, had the port removed. I know I was kind of like, you know, I don't know, maybe my last video, I should probably go back through and see where I was at, but I was worried about telling them that I didn't want that last 7th chemo, and I wanted to get this port taken out, and so I refused the last chemo. They were cool about it, and then and I said, I want this, you know, I have to have this port taken out because I'm a coach, or I was a coach at the time, so but I also work out, and that barbell's always hitting it. So they actually was cool about that too, and I had that removed as well, which is crazy because they said that usually they don't remove the ports for like a year afterwards, and I'm like, it's not happening, because I just can't have that foreign object. I just couldn't have it in my body anymore. So we're doing good on that end, that aspect as well, and then hopefully I'll get in to see these other 2 doctors soon, so we can keep tabs on that too. But I'm not letting that into my psyche either. Like I'm not going to be worried. I'm not worried about getting pancreatic cancer, and I'm not worried about getting breast cancer. It's just not. It's not something I'll cross that bridge when I get to it, kind of a thing. I'm also not going to go have any preventive mastectomies done. If you choose to do that, that's totally fine. I think preventative hysterectomies, that's cool too. My sister had that done because we all have the gene. But I'm just not ready to have my breasts cut off for no reason when I don't even have cancer. You know, breast cancer, and I don't plan on getting it. I mean, you all can say and think what you want to think and say, that I can't control that, but I believe that at least 50% of it that I can control. If I would have known that beforehand, I would have switched to carnivore years and years ago, and I think I would have kept all of this shit away. But because as Dr. Thomas Seyfried explains, it is a metabolic disease. You know, even if you do have the BRCA1 gene, how you live your life, your lifestyle as far as eating, stress, exercise, all of that determines whether you're actually going to get the cancer or you're not. And I think I would have not had my lifestyle been different up until that point. But you know, I mean, hindsight's 20/20, right? I would have never known that before, and I had to go through all of this for lessons and whatnot. And so I'm not beating myself up, and I'm not judging anyone else. It's just, if I can, if this video helps anyone to know this ahead of time, like if you have the gene, you haven't been diagnosed with any kind of cancer, but you know you have the gene, then go ahead and make those lifestyle changes instead of having a mastectomy that you may not need. You know, because they get money for that. They get money for chemo. They get money for this lifelong chemo pills and all of that, you know, surgeries and anesthesia. Like, it's a business. It's a business. So if you can save yourself and being chopped up and freaking cut on and all of that stuff by changing your lifestyle, and I can help with that, then that's what I'm doing this for. I'm not a doctor. I'm not telling you what to do. You have to make these decisions for yourself, and whether you do or you don't, I'm not judging. You have to make the decision that's right for you, for yourself. But you know, I'm just here to, this is just my experience. Like, I looked to other people, you know, to make my own decision about my life and my body. Then I'm here for whoever else needs to get information and hear testimonies of people who have treated themselves with diet, exercise, and all of that good stuff, instead of just going straight to and listening to what the doctors tell you have to do. Yeah, there's that too. Okay, talk to you later. Bye. Also, I just realized that when I say talk to you later, bye, I sound like I'm hanging up the phone. I'm such a dork. But I don't know how else to do it. Okay, bye.